Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master for Opportunity Roll. I just want to say thank you for coming back to our newest episode, and we hope you enjoy. Just remember to like and subscribe, it really helps us out, and it gets us to people who might not normally be able to find us. The more we get, selected and followed, the more people will pop up for. So, without much further ado, enjoy the episode. Welcome back. This is Group 1. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, everybody, hi, I'm Corey. I'm the Dungeon Master. I am here with Group 1, as everybody had said hello. I'm reiterating from me, even though I really don't need to. But we are here to record episode 32. Let's go down the list this time. Let's start with Eve.
Hi, I'm Eve Winter, and I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric.
And Gunny.
Hi, I'm Gunny, and I play Tensel Lostrith, the Elven Barbarian.
And Neko.
Hey, I'm Neko. I play Winters, the War Cleric.
Red.
Hi, I'm Etta and/or Red, and I'm playing your whimsical Maggie. Maggie Bard. Margie, fuck.
Margie Bad.
Fuck.
And Zeek.
Hi, I'm Zeek, and I play Nia the Warlock.
Alrighty.
Please keep that in there, please.
Okay.
Well, Winter will. She does the editing. Last time we left off, well, there was a lot of things going on, wasn't there? We had Pembrim join the group. Somebody who is wanting to contest the throne once they get to Kroka. Very high noble. Seems to know Maggie. From there, you guys traveled down the road for the rest of the night, took a break, and during that break, while switching between the donkey and the people who will be carrying the cart for the rest of the day, there was an article found. Well, not an article, but an object found. And through a little bit of investigation, you guys found that it was a puzzle box. You went through, 2 correct answers, and then there was the fail after that.
Yeah, because Nia has her finger stuck in the box.
Yeah, I got my finger in the box.
And her hair is made of flames.
Yep.
We just look more insane than we already do.
I mean, it's Group 1. Do we really have to say that it's difficult?
Listen.
How? Well, okay. Well, we've got 2 people with horns, an older gentleman strapped to the nines with a large hammer. Also, one of the ones has a large horn. Now, the bard might seem like a simple, normal person until you get to the fact that the magic is through her. Not everybody has powers, You guys are already terrifying, and now you have a flaming-headed horned person in your group.
They just jelly.
To be fair, it kind of worked out because her hair color is a natural red, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just kind of cool.
She's a flaming redhead.
Yeah, I am.
My. Okay, guys. So we're going to start up. You guys had just gotten everybody in the cart. Everybody's falling asleep. Of course, your finger is stuck in the machine, and we are about ready to pull away to continue on the rest of our journey. Which, by, nighttime tonight, if you guys do this, if you guys can get over rough terrain and everything like that, you will make another 31 miles towards your destination. Now, that being said, that is a hopeful amount. We don't know what we could find on the road. And so, today, with us starting, who are the 2 that will be pulling the cart?
Tensel will, because it's Tensel.
Okay.
Maggie would definitely try, but I have a -1 to strength for Maggie, so she would try. Probably wouldn't get very far, but she'd try.
Winters will try.
Maggie also might not be feeling even though you were okay with your constitution check, you really didn't get as much sleep as the rest of them.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten much of any sleep, to be fair.
So that I mean, you're feeling a little on the edgy side of tired or coffee, kind of I want coffee kind of thing.
No.
I mean, to be fair, Maggie would try to help, and then she would be like, everybody would be like, Maggie, sleep, and she'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it fits character. So Maggie will come up. She'll attempt to help. Maybe try to grab one of the reins, and Nico will come up and we can roleplay that out if you guys want. I don't know if you just want to show her off.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently.
I have to make funny noises sometimes. I'm sorry. Well, when Maggie would see that everybody's changing, whatever and stuff like that, she's gonna just get out of the cart a little bit. She's gonna be like, "I'll help."
Maggie, surely get some rest. Please. It's been a few days.
But
Sit down and go to sleep, dear.
It's okay. We got this.
Yeah.
okay. She's just gonna lay down in the back, like, all right, fine. And she's gonna try to attempt to go back to sleep, but probably not.
Okay.
You can still cuddle with Jericho. I think he likes it.
I think he likes it. I think. Maggie gets kicked in the goddamn head.
So, you will head back to the back to get a little bit more rest. Would Gunny and Neko please make me a athletics check? Just redo the roll altogether.
Like, legitimately to redo the roll?
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's my fault. I made the mistake. Ooh, wow.
Tumbleweeds go by.
So, it's a good thing Winters didn't get a 1, or that would have canceled out your natural 20. But Winters got an 8, and Gunny Tensel got a 22, which with a natural 20, by the way, with a bonus of 2. So that's pretty great. Gunny, you're going to be just heaving it. Winters, you're going to get kind of caught up a little bit, but Gunny's going to make up for that because he's going to he's going to pop it out of the little rut there, and you guys are going to start your way down the road. The best part of this is, as you guys are continuing, you'll get hills, and you guys will find along the way, because while you're going, of course, the cart's going to kind of tilt and move. As you're going downhill, it's much easier, of course. As you're going uphill, it's a little bit more simpler. And because you're in a valley, you have constant ones. So, it's a give and take. So every now and then I'll make you guys give me a quick strength roll, or sorry, not a strength, an athletics roll, and we'll go from there. All right, for those in the cart, we have Pimbrim Edmund, who Edmund's going to start sitting up and waking up, kind of rubbing his eyes. We have Maggie. You're going to sleep, correct? Or what are you doing once you get to the back?
I'm sorry? I'm going to the cart. Yeah, no, what was that? Did you say I was sitting back or trying to sleep?
No. I was, sorry. Let me slow down because I feel like I'm moving pretty quickly.
No, you're good. No, I just want to make sure that I heard you correctly.
So what I asked is, once you go back, what is your first thing for Maggie to do? Would she go straight to sleep? Or...
No, she's going to try to sleep, but I don't know if you want me to, I would assume she'd have nightmares, so I don't know what you would have me roll for that or whatever, but I just was thinking that in the back of my head that she'd probably have nightmares from the crystal.
Well,
or daymares because it's in the day, but whatever.
I mean, that's technically not something I could have you roll. I mean, I could make you make an intelligence check, but that's more so there's no rule for nightmares. Okay,
cool. I just didn't know if there was anything for that. But yeah, no, Maggie would probably have another nightmare, and she would probably sleep a little bit, but she's too afraid to go back to sleep right now. So she'd probably check up on Edmund, see how he's doing, and then she would lie down to try to go to sleep. But yeah, it would take her a minute or two.
And we have Charity. What would Charity be doing?
Cherry will probably be walking behind the cot, and as soon as she sees Maggie having a nightmare, she'd try to catch up a little bit with the cot and try to wake her up.
Okay. So, of course, you said you wanted to check on Edmund when you get up. He's going to just kind of sit up, and he doesn't look sick or anything, so he doesn't have any, like I said before, no crystallization of ice or anything like that. He seems back to normal, but still a little bit on the tired side. He looks like he could probably use a little bit more rest, but that's about it.
Maggie's just gonna smile at him gently, and she's just gonna be like, "How did you sleep?"
Not great, but no sleep. Yes.
Maggie will nod, and I don't know if he notices the circles underneath her eyes and how exhausted she looks. She's gonna be like, "I understand what you're going through."
Well, let's see. Give me, because you're having issues sleeping, I need you to make me another Constitution roll.
Okie dokie smoky. Saving throw or Constitution?
Saving throw. Or Constitution saving throw, sorry.
Oh, you're good, I just wanted making sure. 16.
Okay. You just barely squeak by that.
She barely squeaks by everything, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. So, you're still not feeling it to the point where your body's suffering. I mean, you might suffer disadvantage from perceptions right now. I will rule that.
That's understandable.
Other than that, though, most of your combat skills, most of your skills, as well as like intelligence, so like the stuff that you've studied, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, every time this continues, DC gets higher. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I remember that.
While this is all going on, Gunny, Nico, kind of give me a perception, and then also give me a 1d100, please.
You want us both to do the perception, or?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're both kind of at the front of the cart, so you guys are like the headmen of seeing what's up and coming. So let's see. Gunny got a perception of 22, which is really good. On the 1d100, we got 30, and Winters got a perception of 12. Now, Winters, you're going to perceive, at least for the kind of around you, you're going to get it's a nice temperature day. You're sitting somewhere between like 69 to 71 degrees outside. You have a soft kind of breeze, which is blowing through the area, kind of from the northeast to towards the southwest. As you guys are continuing, the road seems pretty much taken care of because a lot of people have been traveling this as of recently, or will be even more soon. So it's almost, I want to say it's almost compacted into the point where it's almost slightly paved. Now, Gunny, because you got a 22, you're going to notice that probably about a mile up the road, you see smoke. And it's not like the simple house smoke, the white, billowy, wispy with the wind. This is the dark and the epitome of something is burning.
Winters?
What is it, Tensel?
Is there a village or anything in that direction? And he's going to point out to the smoke.
Would Winters know if there's a village in that direction?
You can give me a history, real quick. I think you've been through this area before, so you can even do that with advantage. Alrighty, so we're dropping the 4 for the 18. Now, in the direction that you're heading, in a few days you might reach Nottingham, but that shouldn't be quite that close. Nottingham should be a little bit far off in the distance, and if you come down a hill, you might be able to see it. No towns. There was maybe a small shack there at one point for travelers to sleep through. They are found kind of around the area.
I can't recall a village, but I do recall a small shack.
Well, I hope everyone is okay over there.
Should we head in that direction?
Well, we kind of are already, aren't we?
Oh, you're right.
Let's continue on and try to get there.
Should we pick up the pace?
Yeah, we probably should. Just in case if something really is going on.
Alrighty, so as you guys are cresting this small hill, go ahead and give me your athletics check. That's another... Wow. Winter's got the natural 20 this time with a 25, and Gunny got an 8 for athletics. So, again, you guys are going to find uneven footing. Maybe Gunny's side is a little bit more of the rock and rubble, and Winter's, you're getting the more sturdy foundation. But you guys will crest this thing over the top of the hill. And as you come down, you're going to get more of a kind of a viewpoint on this. There is the shack that you guys can see. It's probably about 30 foot by God knows, because you're only getting a side view of it. But on the opposite side of that shack is where the fire's coming from, but it's not the shack itself.
Maybe they're just lighting a pyre for someone.
The pyre?
Yeah, it's a I don't know.
Should we not check it out anyway?
Yeah, we really should. I don't like the thought of somebody being in danger.
Alright. So with that in mind, you guys will continue down the road about a quarter of a mile. Are you going to slow down near the shack, or do you just want to kind of mosey past and see what's going to happen?
I guess I'll vote to go straight towards the shack and see what's going on.
Tensel would definitely try to head for the shack, but he'd be keeping a lookout around, just in case there's actually a fighting situation going on, and we don't want to get caught in the middle of it.
Okay. As you guys continue, because you're kind of taking a look there, Tensel, go ahead and give me a perception roll. That is a 23. Holy crap. So with a natural 20, as you guys are kind of coming around, you're going to go another, quarter of a mile, and then you're just going to kind of edge around the area of the shack. So the shack is probably about 20 foot wide from the door to the side. It's not very large at all, but it's cozy. And kind of to the side of it, in towards the grass, towards kind of like an outcropping of a few light scattering trees, there's going to be a horrid sight. There will be 4 humanoid people who seem to have been dumped upon top of each other, and then lit ablaze. And really, it's a horrid smell, even just coming up to it. But because you guys were downwind, you don't really catch it until, you get right there.
Oh, God.
Maggie's gonna gasp and cover her mouth and nose and just be in total shock. And then her fears are gonna get the best of her, and she's gonna stand up from the cart and start walking towards the bodies a little bit.
Okay.
If you get where I'm going with this, her mind's getting the best of her at this moment.
Maggie, where are
she's just not going to say anything as she keeps coming a little bit closer to, like, she's trying to identify the bodies, even though they're probably burnt to hell, but you know what I mean.
Winters is gonna follow and try to make sure she's safe.
All right.
Charity is just gonna be like gripping her holy symbol and saying a small prayer.
Nia will probably also follow and summon her sword and kind of look around.
Okay.
And underneath Maggie's breath, she's saying, please, 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 please.
All right. So, upon looking kind of around the area, getting closer towards the bodies, faces are going to be charred off. You're seeing mostly scatterings of actually human flesh that's probably beyond recognition. These people look like they've been burning a while. Because, I mean, they're briquettes.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but, I'm just, is there any way to identify them at all? Or is there, nothing left of them?
Nothing, I mean, one of them has chainmail armor. That, of course, will not be burnt away. You can see that. But other than that, it looked like they must have had normal clothing on, and nothing else lasted.
Can you tell by the ears if there's a half-elf in there? Are those burnt off too?
Probably been burnt off.
Dang, so they're burnt down to the bone.
Yeah, it's bad. Okay. So a human body.
I know. I know. I just wanted to know where they were at. And so Maggie's still gonna look very frantic when she sees chainmail armor, because she's trying to rack her brain to remember if Aeson wore chainmail armor or not.
Charity's just in complete shock. She's looking at us and being like, why would they do this? Was there a sickness going around maybe, or?
Winters is going to look around for clues of anything this was man-made, or maybe a spell, or residual kind of that kind of stuff.
Sure. Go ahead and give me kind of a Arcana check if you're looking for some kind of spell.
Okay.
With an Arcana of 17, a spell has definitely not gone off here, and you're basically getting that because normally you would feel maybe a little bit of twinge or something, kind of a feeling that you get, also by sight of how the fire started. But as you look in there, you are going to see that there are charred cinders, almost like a brisket of a torch that was thrown in. So that rules out magic.
Winters is going to walk over to the torch, or grab the torch out. He's going to kind of hold it up. Is there any, identifying factors on it?
It'll crumble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would they hurt people like this? I don't understand. There's no reason to hurt these people. Maggie's still in total shock. Sorry, Charity, go ahead.
That's okay. Keep going with what you were saying. It's all good.
Maggie's just in total shock of, just all of this, because Maggie's never seen anything like this in her life. And she's just I just don't... Why? Why would you burn someone like this?
Maybe they were sick. Maybe they were trying to stop a plague. And Charity's also in complete shock. She doesn't like shit like this. Oops, I should not swear.
I swear all the time.
I think at this point we swear a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, kiddos.
Alright. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see. Nico, you're kind of doing an investigation kind of route, right?
Yes.
So give me a quick investigation check.
Okay.
Because now you've ruled out Arcana, I'm sure you'd probably be wondering how this can all tie together. That is an 8. Fortunately, that will not get you much. You will, however, with an 8, recognize they do not have backpacks. There are no charred cinders of any leftover fabric beyond what they were wearing.
Tensel at this point's kind of still afraid of the fact that there's burning people. Stayed with the cart mostly, but now he's going to start walking towards the shack and take a look at the shack, see if there's anyone still here.
Okay. Give me a quick investigation check. That is a 19. Good roll. The front door to the shack has been, looks like, kicked in. The door handle is cracked from the frame and is slightly bent. Inside, if you're just kind of stepping towards the door a little bit at the right angle, you will see a backpack kind of laying on the floor inside.
Before fully going inside, Tensel's going to stick his head in and kind of like look around and, hello?
Oh, all right, give me a perception. That's a 14, pretty good. Upon looking around, you will get no answer, and you will know that this room, or this shack is empty, besides for a few items.
Tensel would probably just yell over to everyone, I'm going to look inside the shack, and then proceed to go inside and start looking around.
I'm gonna walk with him. I'm not gonna go in, but I'll like stand in the door.
Okay.
Just so I can keep an eye on him.
Alrighty.
And everything else all at the same time.
Okay.
I was wondering, do I need to remember if Aeson wore chainmail, do I need to do like a history check for that?
Yes.
Okay. What the fuck? 5!
Maggie's mind may be a little bit more frazzled than she likes.
I mean, to be fair, I can blame this, like the 5 on her, like, not sleeping well for the past, like, 2-3 days.
Alright, so, let's see. History of 5, yeah, you can't recall at all. It might have been chainmail, it might have been full plate, you can't quite remember. Excuse me while I sneeze.
Ooh. a blessing.
Blessed be thee.
I'm surprised it was only 3 that time. Alright, so inside this shack, now that you're inside, there are but 3 things. There is, 1, a full backpack. Now the contents are unknown until you open it up, but there is 50 foot of hempen rope to the side of it. There will be a smaller, kind of darker book. It's like almost a slight black leather bound. Very interesting decal. Let me go ahead and get that out for you. Now this one won't be like shining or anything, but it'll look kind of like this.
Ooh.
And then over to the sorry.
That's not a good thing.
Oh, maybe. Well, it's not shining like the picture is. And over to the side of the left side of the room, you are going to find an accompaniment of a weapon and a shield. And the weapon is rather interesting. And I say that because though it looks kind of like it has a blade like a normal sword and a handle, the blade is going to curve. More so even than like a scimitar, and it's going to basically get a blade. So it's a mixture between what looks to be a long sword and a sickle. It's very heavy from what you can see, though.
Tensel's seeing the book. He's gonna pick it up and kind of almost be afraid of it, because he doesn't like the look of it being a dark leather-bound book with a strange rune on it, which is also foreign to him. He's gonna put it back down and then pick up the pack and take a look inside the pack.
So inside the pack, you will find 2 smaller health potions, 3 days of food, and a bedroll.
There's some health potions in here. Just gonna like almost hand the backpack off to Nia.
Yeah, I'll take that and then like kind of look in the room more. Hang on, I'm seeing if I have the thing, which I don't. But oh, that's handy, I guess.
Yeah, with the way it was kind of left behind, it's like someone was still here. And then Tensel's gonna go and like poke at the sword and shield.
Okay, so while Tensel's doing that, Zeek, can you give me a quick perception check?
Yeah, I'm not great at these.
No, that's kind of okay. Can't win them all.
That's a 1.
That's a flat 1.
It's
see
not a natural
nothing.
1. It's a 2. Minus 1.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Like, well, I mean, not really. At least nothing bad can happen. But no, you don't see anything.
I just take my bag and continue on.
You can check Tensel's passive perception, but I don't feel that'll be a good return. That's a 13. Yeah, no, that's not bad. When you kind of turn to look at the sword and shield, you will find tucked behind it, kind of at the very top of the shield, is a letter.
Tensel, after picking up the sword, will take the letter in hand and kind of try to open it and see what's going on.
Give me a quick strength roll for this sword.
Okay.
Because this thing is beastie.
Goofy. Just strength.
Yeah. Oh, or in athletics.
It's a 10.
That is a 10. You're going to pick it up. I mean, it's going to be struggled, though. You don't feel like you could confidently wield this in a battle. So you're holding the sword. It will get heavy after a while. But upon opening the letter, you will see that this is an official guild mission. Upon reading it, you will find that this group, with name unprovided, has come out to officially take care of some gnolls in the area, which have been causing a lot of issues. They've been kind of harassing people along the road, and yet worse, they have apparently taken somebody from the road, and it is believed to be that that person is dead. So these guys were sent out to take care of them.
Just because my knowledge isn't that great, what would Tensel know about gnolls?
Go ahead and give me a history check.
That is a 14.
Alright, so with a 14, you're going to know that there are a very slim fraction of gnolls that have enough intelligence to be around humans. Now, that does not mean that they are not cunning, that they are not sneaky, or maybe even a little twisted in the brain. Gnolls can be flip of the hat. They take emotions quickly. What's worse, if you find a group of ferals, which they do travel in groups, they travel in packs. So there's always more than one in a group. They're pretty much chaotic evil. They do what they want, when they want. If they can drink, eat, sleep, and have fun and be merry, they'll do it. If you're infringing on their territory, or they want a territory that you have, as long as they have enough people and they feel froggy, they're gonna leave.
So, in seeing of what's going on, sort of what's going on, Tensel's going to fold the letter back up, and then because he sees the sword is now a challenge, he's going to carry the sword and the letter out to give it to Winters.
Okay.
Winters,
So, of course,
Yeah.
everyone is going to see him come out of the shack dragging this weapon with a letter in hand.
Maggie's gonna look at this and be like, what the hell is going on now?
What's going on?
There's some gnolls, and he's just gonna like almost like stare down, like not even like trying to make eye contact, and just hand Winters the letter.
Winters will take the letter and start to read it. Gnolls. Does Winters know if there's like gnolls like predominantly in this area, or is it like a new thing?
They're not prevalent in this area. You might know that a little bit west, they might be in the Bulba Forest a little bit. But they're small packs, normally 3 or 4, that don't really mess with civilized people, especially along the roads. It hasn't been good for them. But it's not inconceivable that a group might find they're about 100 miles away from home or so, give or take.
This guild was hunting gnolls, but it's a little too far out for gnolls to be here. Did they chase them here, or... And, Tensel, what's that you're holding?
He's gonna try and like pick up the sword and play with it a little bit. I found it. I kind of like it. There's also a shield in there too. They kind of look alike. Oh, and I gave Nia a backpack, and there's a book in there too. The book looked kind of strange though.
Oh, there's a book in here too? Nia now opens the bag. I thought it was just potions, and she'll pull out the book.
It is definitely a spell book, just by the looks of it. Now, what kind of spell book is unknown.
Would I be able to figure that out, since I'm proficient in Arcana?
You could take a quick roll and see, yeah.
Let's see. Nope, I'm rolling really, really good today. That's a 9.
I will say that it is reminiscent in Arcana, which rules out druidic magic. It's like a wizard or a sorcerer spell, maybe even a bard's. People that train magic and have to learn through actually reading and doing all the incants and getting them absolutely perfect for it to even work. So it's not like a warlock spell where, you have your magical ability, and by, harnessing it, you learn how to use it. They actually have to work for their magic. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. So you're saying it's like so that would be what a spell book is. I don't think there would be a... Sorry, I'm super confused.
So
would I recognize any of the spells that are in here that would be like on my spell list still, that like a warlock could cast though as an arcane caster also?
So with an Arcana of 9, no, there is nothing in that book that you can cast as a warlock.
Okay.
Maggie's gonna be like, may I look at this book?
Oh yeah, sure. Kind of looks like gibberish to me, to be honest.
Maggie's gonna take a hold of it. She's gonna open it up, so I need to do the same, right?
Yeah, so just give me a quick Arcana check.
13.
With a 13, it's a little bit higher. You're gonna get that it is most likely a wizard spell book. There are a few that normally you wouldn't be able to learn here for any kind of spell that you could learn through the Bardic College. This is a strict learn for a wizard. We've got Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Minor Illusion, Find Familiar, Grease, Mage Armor, and Invisibility.
So Maggie's gonna look it over and she's gonna be like, it's for mostly a wizard. It's not really for any one of us here. I mean, we could keep it and sell it in another town, but
Well,
I
I mean,
don't
if you
really-
can read them, you could cast some of those spells from the book, couldn't you? As like it was a scroll.
Can I?
Yeah, you have the possibility of transcribing it in a way you might understand. It'll
Hell
take
yes, I will do that.
It will take you some time.
That's fine. It'll keep Maggie's mind off of everything else.
All right, so I'll have you do a consecutive of a couple of rolls. I won't tell you how many. That way, it keeps you on your toes.
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do straight Arcana check for doing this.
Oh, right. I forgot. Wait, I was just about to say, can't, Maggie learn it so that she can help Edmund learn it?
Edmund might be squared away to already read this and teach you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go over to Edmund and be like, we found this book, and, if you could read it, maybe you can teach me, or I could just study it myself, but it's always nice to have a teacher.
Can I take a look?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I said I handed it to him, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, yeah. No, he'll look at it. He'll, let me give a quick Arcana check here. That's an 18. I will say that he's going to nod after reading a few of them. Let's see. I know prestidigitation. Let's see. I know mage armor. I know grease. I know find familiar. I do not know that. I could probably learn these in, I don't know, a week or so.
And I would like to learn some of them if you don't mind.
Well, we can do it together, I guess.
Maggie's gonna nod and she's gonna be like, she's gonna mutter underneath her breath. I don't know if anybody's gonna hear it, but she's like, so I'm not so useless in that.
He's gonna chuckle and let me go ahead and, because I know his passive perception is a little crappy, because he's the closest one to you. That's 15. I'd say he might hear you because you're right in front of him. He's just gonna shake his head, and from what I've seen, you do pretty good in fight.
Maggie's gonna blink and look at him and be like, thank you.
Let's face it, I've never been in a fight before. I'd probably get scared. I mean, I hit that one guy, I knocked him out.
Yes, sweetie, yes, you did.
Boom, man. But, I don't think he was that good.
Oh, stop.
Anyway, I've never had an older student before, so this will be fun. And he'll kind of give, a side chuckle.
Well, I've never had a teacher that could be my son.
Yes, but am I, though?
What?
He goes, yes, but am I, though?
No, that was Maggie going, what?
Oh. He kind of chuckles, and he'll flip the book open. I'll go ahead and get reading.
She's gonna nod, happy that he's focused on something, and then she's... Ow! Jesus.
And bluntly, he's gonna go, oh, and, get some sleep. You look a mess.
She's gonna look at him and stick her tongue out.
He'll chuckle.
Winters, there's a shield in there. It might be quite useful for you.
You said that they go together?
They look about the same. If you want to try it, and Tensel's gonna hold out the sword to him.
Why don't you pick up the shield at the same time?
I can try, but this is heavy. And he her walking off to the shack again to pick up the shield. Do I need to make a roll to pick up both the sword and the shield at the same time?
Well, no. I would say though, if you're going back to get the shield, give me another roll.
Okay. Just straight strength or athletics?
Just give me athletics, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 10. Okay.
It's a 10. So you're gonna heft this up. You have to use both hands for this thing. It is not easy. It's clunky. The spikes are hard to maneuver, especially if you got to kind of put your cheek on it to lift it. You don't understand how people use this, but you will be able to pull it out and bring it to Winters if you so choose.
Yeah, so Tensel is going to walk back out, dragging the sword and barely holding the shield.
Winters is going to come over and help.
It might be better suited for you.
So you're like you said, you're barely holding the shield, right?
Yeah, like he's got it like pressed up against his cheek, like almost onto his shoulder, just like barely holding it up.
Okay, well hold on. So this is what I was confused about. I was unaware of how you were picking it up. So you're holding it. Are you holding them both as if you should like be ready for like a combat?
No, he's holding one up like, you know how like you'd almost hold up a. I mean, just from my background, like you put a tire on your shoulder just to carry it and make the load easier.
Okay.
And then he's just dragging the sword behind him.
Okay. But yes, they do look heavy. Continue.
Tensel, have you tried wielding them properly?
They're a bit heavy for me. I mean, I prefer 2 swords, but I can try. And Tensel's gonna like try to go into a stance at this point, like just giving it all he has.
All right, give me one strength check, or not strength check. Give me one athletics check, and let's see how you do. Give this advantage. That's okay. So we dropped a 7 for a 20. That's really good. When you heave this shield up and you kind of strain your wrist a little bit to hold this sword straight, there'll be a moment where it clicks, and you'll feel a little bit lighter, like a lot lighter. Like you could probably swing it around a little bit. You could probably lift the shield over your head with one arm.
This almost feels good. And he's just gonna like play swing it.
Okay. I mean, it feels somewhat agile. You're definitely feeling a pretty good control over it now that it feels a lot lighter. Feels very special though.
Tensel's just gonna like try to hold it back out to let Winters try.
As soon as you drop your fighting stance, you will feel them get heavy again.
Maybe you should try it. It feels good when I'm actually using it.
I guess I can give it a shot. So do I roll in athletics?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That is a 13. It's going to be hard, and you're going to struggle for a moment or two, but you will eventually get them in line, and then you'll feel it. Your weapons are going to become lighter. You're going to feel more alert. You feel like top of your game. It feels swift, to the point.
Winters is going to like kind of do a few practice swings and kind of get a feel for it. And he's like, at first it was heavy, but now it's lighter, and now I feel a bit more alert. Is this how you felt as well?
Yeah. So you feel it too?
Yeah.
So it gets almost more, how best to put it? It gets very audial, because as you swipe, you know that sound that they add in when they're like slicing through the air, the nice shing?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to hear a slight echo of that coming off the blade as it kind of cuts through the air.
Would Tensel hear this as well?
Yeah, probably. You're standing pretty close.
Whoa. It's making its own noise.
My God, is he making his own theme song? This is the guy who kidnapped me? Sorry, continue.
Is it magical?
It must be. I've never felt a sword and shield that just got lighter as you instantly got into a fighting stance.
Is anybody else kind of in the area checking this out with them?
Yeah, I think I'm still there.
Okay. Charity?
I think that she would still be standing by the cot praying for the people who have been burnt.
Okay. All right, we'll go with that. Do me a quick 1d100. 3 times. And would you guys who are kind of looking at the weapon, where is Maggie in this one? Because I know she walked away from Edmund.
Maggie is just still looking at the bodies. Like she's like trying not to make a big deal out of it, but she's like has her arms crossed in front of her. She's watching the bodies right now, like burning. So aren't they still burning?
Yeah, they're... Well, not really still burning, they're cinders. So they're red hot, but, yeah, they're pretty much done being ablaze.
Yeah, she's just standing there staring at the charred, specifically the one in the chainmail.
Yeah, so Maggie is standing right next to Charity, and they're both kind of focused on this. That was a 74, a 72, and a 59, by the way.
So what are you saying to Aphrodite?
Dear Aphrodite, please have mercy on these souls. Please help us find who did this and bring them to justice.
Oh, man. Oh, God. So this is going to be probably one of the first times this has ever occurred to her. You're going to make your prayer. You're going to get a light feeling. And you've been heard before, and you know that feeling. There's kind of a Passover, and everybody who's been in the faith has felt it at least once. And that's how you guys know that she's active, you know? Not only do you feel that she's listening, you feel a lighter presence. It's a little bit thicker. However, there seems to be foreboding almost feeling, just like a minor one. Like best way to put it is she might seem to be a little off edge on you. So you're going to feel one of your horns are going to pop off and fall to the ground. And it's going to kind of shift and change, and eventually you're going to get this cylindrical, almost spyglass made of your horn.
Wait, so one of her physical horns just popped off her head?
Yes.
That's so cool and also so terrifying.
Maggie's gonna be like, Charity!
Charity's just gonna stare at it and be like, that is an interesting way to answer the prayer. And then she's gonna pick it up and just start looking around with it.
Maggie looks very fucking terrified right now. She's like, what?
I'm terrified too, but I mean, Charity knows what's happening.
Maggie doesn't!
So here's what's going to happen. You still have one of your horns. The other one, have you ever watched Hellboy where he's like shaving his horns down?
Yeah.
So it's like that. It's like just flat, like somebody just chopped it clean off.
So one of them is chopped, but the other one is still her perfect,
Intact.
beautiful ram corns.
Yes.
Maggie's gonna be like, Charity!
Charity is just gonna like, while she's looking through the spyglass, she's gonna like lift her other hand to the horn and be like, "That's gonna take so long to grow back."
Maggie's freaking out. She's like, "What?"
So
And Charity's just there calm. Hey, what am I rolling to see?
you're just give me a moment, and I'll explain what you see when you look through. So when you look through it at first, it's black, but there is this golden pink hue of writing inside, and you'll watch it as it gets scribbled. It'll say, "Praying to another. Boy, be glad that I'm here to forgive this time. Don't let me regret this. Aphrodite." And then after you see that script right out, it'll give you a couple minutes, and then it'll clear out, and you're going to see kind of around the area footprints. Hoofed footprints.
She's gonna just like be following them with the spyglass trained on them as she's walking. And she'll probably stop for a moment, realizing that going by herself would be stupid. Turn to everyone else and yell and be like, "Do we want to go take care of whatever did this? Because I'm very much wanting to do that, and I have a way to do that right now."
So,
Maggie's gonna be like,
can we talk about something out of game?
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is kind of cool. In order for Aphrodite to have heard you, I devised that roll should have been a 73. You hit a 74.
Woo!
Very close. I devised the next one was a 72. You hit that on the head. And then the one after that was a 61. You were within 3 points to 4 points of each of those. So you got, she literally lended you her ear for an entire moment and was like, "Okay, I guess I'm helping to the point of good return." And she sends that.
Woo!
But not without punishment. 'Cause-
Yeah, it's like you did something wrong, so here is your punishment. You're losing the horns that you're so proud of. Or one of the horns that you're so proud of, because that hurts more than losing both of them.
Goddess of beauty. You know.
Maggie's still freaking the fuck out.
Oh yeah, Charity will have her meltdown about her very pretty horn disappearing and only having one of them. She might even decide to cut one off. But right now she's too busy trying to get to the place.
Both of Nia's hands just kind of go up to her horns, and she like puts her hands on them and holds them.
Are you gonna bonk yourself with the things?
Probably.
Me laughing.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. I figured that might be
Maggie's-
something she'd do.
Maggie's gonna look at Charity and she's gonna be like, "Can you focus on the fact that your fucking horn just fell off your head?"
Charity's just gonna like put her hand up to your mouth and just be like, "No, not right now." And then finger it to like shush you, be like, "Not right now. Can't have a mental breakdown. Must find these people and kill them because And she's just gonna start walking again and hope everyone follows her.
Okay. Well, hold up, because before the whole commotion arises, you're praying. So let's catch up back with the guys with this weapon and the shield. Now, Winters, I know you are, you've been trained as a cleric, so you know how to fight. You know how to keep yourself quite well. Now, was Winters ever part of any type of military? Because I believe he did speak of a military career.
Yes.
Okay. So, give me a quick history, or an arcana, whichever you feel is best. But let's play off of his bit of experience.
At 1?
Even with a nat 1, you still got a 2. How did you do? Did you have a +3?
To history?
Oh, he's a +1, so he rolled a natural 1.
Huh.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so, it's not really popping any kind of information into you, something that you may have thought of or heard of. You feel like there might be a vague memory in there somewhere, but nothing coming out right now.
In the Sword and Shield?
Yeah. There's information behind it that you feel you might know, but at this current moment you can't think of it. Probably because there's a bit of a commotion as you're going to hear that the horn has fallen off of Charity. So your train of thought might kind of be interrupted.
Charity, what happened with your horn?
Not right now. Not right now. Just-
What's going on?
I managed to get in touch with Aphrodite. She punished me for a thing that I did a while ago, finally. And she's also given us the way to get on to the things that did this. So let's go deal with that, please.
Tensel is just going to accept this and just instantly go into like almost fight or flight mode and just start running after him.
Well, here's the problem. I mean, I don't think she's running per se, and she's the only one who can kind of track them currently.
So Tensel's just running into the forest with nobody following him.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Is he just blindly running, or would he, kind of stick near Charity and go at her pace?
He'd run up to Charity and be like, almost like as sort of like anxious, skittish, and like, where do we go? What do we do?
Okay.
You kind of get the feel that it's kind of urgent.
Yeah. Now, if any of you have remembered where you currently at, you guys are in kind of the center of Poke Plains. You need to go northeast in order to head up towards Nottingham. South of you is where this is taking you, so you're almost slightly backtracking in a way. You would all be able to devise that this could potentially affect your deadline time. Correct?
None of that would be passing through Tensel's mind at the moment.
I'm putting that out there for those who might have characters that would be concerned.
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
So hang on, just because out of character, Nia doesn't care. Or in character, Nia doesn't care. Out of character, because when we had first measured it out, for walking, it would be, so total length of time walking, it was only going to take like 6 days, and we had to be there in 2 weeks. And now with the cart, we know that we've cut that time in half. So we do know that we have a little bit of wiggle room, but we would rather be there sooner than later. But it shouldn't still affect our deadline, though.
Maggie's gonna look at Charity and them walking towards the forest, and then she's gonna look back at the cart, and she's gonna be like, she's gonna be like, do I stay here? Do I just walk off without them? Do I go with them? Like, she's like going through all this in her mind right now.
Yeah, roughly give or take. I'd say this is, each dot represents a day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with the cart, you are 8 days travel away from Kroka. That is not including if you do this overnight, where, the horse takes over.
Maggie definitely would be against all of this. she'd be like, guys, I totally would normally be, let's figure out, and, you know, I normally would love to help figure out what's going on here, but we're kind of on a deadline here.
I mean, I'd have to agree. I mean, you know, it would be cool to help these people, but, like, you know, we've really got to help Maggie's people, and it's important to take care of our own people.
Charity's eye is going to twitch a little bit, but she's going to relax and, like, stand up straight a bit and be like, "You're right."
Maggie's gonna notice Charity's annoyance, and she's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I normally would be okay with us just doing this, but I'm sorry, I mean, you guys can go do this, and me and Nia can just start going towards Nottingham, and we'll meet you there if you want to do that, if you really feel like you must do this, Charity. I don't want to get in your way, and at least Nia and I could support each other if, you know.
I would prefer not to leave you guys alone, but it's alright.
If I may, these whatever did this will still be around afterwards. But I think right now, there's a larger overall pressing matter in Kroka.
But I also know that Charity's God doesn't talk to her very much, and I know this is important to her, and I don't want to get in the way of that, so I'll just she's just gonna smile and start packing her backpack up, getting it out of the cart.
Can we tell what time of day it is? What time of day it is right now?
Well, you guys started on the gentleman pulling the cart a little while ago, so I'd say about, since you stopped, I would say it's roughly like 11 a.m.-ish.
Oh, okay. I'll look at them and be like, well, maybe we can, you know, split the difference a little bit and maybe just spend a few hours seeing where these tracks lead. And, you know, if we don't find anything in a few hours, you know, we'll just have to keep going.
Maggie's already getting her backpack and putting it on and starting to walk down the path.
Winter's had a point. They will still be around after we're done, and this is the more pressing matter. We should keep going on to Kroka.
Well, and Pembroke's going to kind of step up. And he's been here the whole time. He's been listening. How about this? I will take care of the gnolls, and I will meet you guys back at Kroka with your horn. I have a feeling that's special.
They took out an entire guild. Are you not afraid to try to take them on alone?
I would be a fool to say that I weren't. But do we have any other choice? I've done things like this before. I am a very capable individual in combat, and I will soon be High King. I wish to trust that people might trust me.
Tensel's going to look at him for a moment and kind of, you know, take a quick look at what weaponry and armor he's using.
Okay.
Give
me just a quick investigation check.
Okay.
That's a 16.
Okay. With a 16, let me pull up his information here. With a 16, first off, you're going to see the large longsword to his side. He is going to be in full plate. So it's very sturdy. He has since folded up his cape that nice luscious cape that he's got there, and put it inside of a backpack and left it in the cart itself. So he is pretty much just standing in front of you in his donned armor.
Tensel is just gonna think to himself for a moment, and then walk back over to Winters, take the sword and shield from him, like not even saying anything, just gonna nod to him and then take it, and then struggle and walk over to hand them to Pimram.
Let's see here. All right, I'm not going to make you roll. I do know Pembram, though. He'll kind of look to you and kind of tap his sword. No, I think it would be good if I used my own weapon.
Are you sure these could be really useful?
I'm sure they could be. And let me have him do a quick check here. Let's see here. So yeah, that would be that. Let me do. Wow, that's lovely. That's an 8. Anything that I've seen before, but I trust the weapon that I carry.
Oh, okay.
However, that looks like a hefty weapon. I think it might be more suited for Winters.
See, yeah, I thought so too. And
It depends.
Tensel's-
What is your specialization? And he's going to kind of look over to you, Tensel.
He would see the 2 long swords at his side, 2 hand axes almost behind him, above his, sitting into his lower back.
Mm-hmm.
And most of this is going to be half covered by his jacket.
Well, it looks pretty nice. Maybe both of you might be able to use it. But,
Maybe.
yes. You guys should be going. I will take care of this problem here.
Okay. We'll send word once we get to Nottingham of what's going on.
Okay.
I do wish you the best of luck out there.
Thank you. As to you, I hope you guys find your way to Kroka very easily. With that, he will turn kind of to... he'll turn to Charity and kind of look at her and hold out his hand to see if she'd be willing to lend him the horn.
She is very reluctantly going to hand it over.
I promise I will return this.
Thank you. Be safe, okay?
You as well. And with that, he will kind of look through it. Oh my, this is amazing.
It
And
is
then-
quite awesome, isn't it?
Indeed. Well, I will take good care of it. And with that, he will kind of look around a tiny bit and then walk into the brush of trees and off to the distance.
Tensel would see him walking off and then instantly remember his backpack. Pembram, wait! You forgot your
Pembram will
backpack.
turn around. Oh, yeah, hold on to it for me.
Are you sure? You're not going to need it for anything? Like food?
Well, it is one of my favorite cloaks, but I kind of I carry my food in this, and he kind of pats on the side of his leg a little bit of a kind of like a tied pocket, and just kind of it's like leather bound. It's almost like a satchel, a small little satchel that binds to the leg. and just kind of nod that he's got food there.
Okay.
I'd rather you guys take care of it, and when I see you again, I can collect it without tears or rips.
Tensel a nod.
So, with that, he will smile and turn back around and head back in the direction, looking through the spyglass every now and then. That being said, will the group continue on?
Maggie
Yeah,
and me
this
are
whole
like,
time. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
during this whole time, I mean, I know that Maggie was walking away, and Nia is like following, like kind of behind her, but keeps looking back at everybody and like freaking out, like, "Oh my god, they're not following us!" And then taking a few more steps and looking back and being like, "Ah," like clearly stressing out, like that everybody's still standing there talking to this dude, and she's like, "Oh no, they're leaving us."
yeah, no, Maggie is on a fucking mission to get to Kroka, and she's like, she understands that Charity has to do what she's got to do, but Maggie's got to do what she's got to do when she's going to Kroka.
I'm sorry, we'll catch up.
No, it's okay. It's honestly, Maggie has. It's like it's not anything against Maggie. Is not mad at her at all. Like she understands that she has to do this, but Maggie also understands that she needs to do this. You know what I mean? So like,
So-
I don't know how far Maggie and Nia got, but there was a long conversation, so I'm assuming they got pretty far. Not like a long, long way, but you know what I mean.
No. I'd say about a quarter of a mile down the road. They could easily probably catch up to you guys within a couple minutes on the cart.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, if everybody's staying together, the Mesa group, and Pinbrim is going off on its own, we will continue down this road here. If I could get, let's do Maggie. Give me a 1d100.
Oh boy. Can I use my lucky if I get a bad roll?
No, not your lucky. I would accept.
Bitch.
One thing I would accept though is inspiration.
I don't want to use my inspiration for this, so I'm going to keep it. I'll keep the 38.
That is a 38. You guys will continue on for the rest of the evening. Now, however, I will need a roll between Gunny and Winters if you guys are continuing to pull the cart.
All right.
And it
Athletics
flips
of 20.
again.
So
Yo.
Gunny gets a 5 and Winters gets a 20. Very
Y'all are
uneven
taking
train.
turns.
Now- So here's how this is gonna go down. I'm gonna have you guys do one more roll for me, and that'll get you through most of the day. And then I'll tell you guys how far you got. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, that's a 15 for Gunny, and a 13 for Winters. So you guys, for the first two rolls there, it was kind of a tag team between you guys switching off, 2 or 3. So that's going to affect your time just a little bit. You're not going to be able to move as fast as your donkey would be. But you guys are going to move roughly about, I'd say, 25 miles today. And by the time the sun is just cresting, and you guys have had a very silent ride almost, because, Edmund's reading the book. He's just trying to stay out of this whole thing that was the decision for Primum to leave, because, he's not an adult. The adults were talking. And, but I'm sure you guys probably wouldn't be feeling great. What's kind of going through your guys' mind right now?
Charity's just there clutching the stub of her horn, staring at the floor of the cart. She's not walking this time, she's sitting in the cart.
How long have we been, like, up? Like, when do we wake up? Actually?
You guys woke up at around 10 a.m.
10, okay.
So by traveling there and running into them, it was 11. Then, because you guys had a pretty good roll with a 38, nothing really happened along your journey. So, along the
Oh my
journey...
god, I'm so sorry. Anything you said I missed, I got disconnected.
Okay. So, you guys started at 11. You walked until... you started at 10, you walked to 11. You found the corpses and everything like that. And then you guys continued for the rest of the day with the 38. You had a good roll. So, throughout this day, like, nothing. We can talk a little bit about, how you guys, if you had anything you want to say through that day on the cart. And then we can go straight to when it gets dark and where you stop.
Oh, cool. I didn't know if we were stopping at the point before that or not. I don't have anything to say. I just didn't... Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Tensel would have brought up the sword and shield again, asking if anybody would have known anything about it, or if it was indeed magical still.
All right.
Is there any way for us to be able to find out? I haven't actually looked at it at all yet. Would I be able to tell if it's magical?
You can take a quick Arcana check.
Okay. Well, I'm rolling today. Oh, yeah, that's not
a
too
14.
bad.
So with a 14, this isn't absolutely spectacular, but it's a 2 of a kind, which is a very interesting magical item. So you need both of them for the effect to occur. Basically, both this shield and this weapon are +1 weapons. But they only work if you have them together. So separate, they're pretty much worthless, and they're extremely heavy. But if you use both of them, yeah.
So I kind of take them and look them over. Huh. I mean, I think I've heard about this kind of stuff before, but, like, see how they match? That usually means, you have to use them together, and when you use them together, they're way better. And if you use them apart, they're just kind of normal.
Oh, okay. Winters, would you like them?
You cut out there, bud.
But Winters, would you like those? I'm not much.
Is there anyone else here who could make use of them?
I mean, I use a sword and a shield, but I don't know if I'd have to,
Does Nia's run off dex, or does she run off strength?
Well, technically she runs off charisma, because that's what I was just going to run into, is say, oh, here, I'll say it in character. I do use a sword and a shield, but I'd have to check to see if I can bond with it. I can usually bond with most magical weapons, so I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. But it's kind of a complicated process.
If you like, you can try. I'm not too much of a fan of shields.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, if you're not going to use it and no one else can use it, I can always try.
Feel free. I'm fine with my setup as is.
Okay. Does
Maggie-
Winters, do you use a sword and shield?
He uses a warhammer and a shield, but you could use them if you needed to.
Yeah, out of character. My sword is already pretty cool. So if it would be better, if a +1, mechanically speaking, would be better for you, I think mine is already. Hang on. Do I have this on here? Because mine already uses my charisma as a modifier, I think. And I have to find which one it is.
Should be the crescent blade.
Yes. But I get, let's see. Yeah, so the crescent blade is already a +1. And then from what we had talked about before, essentially I can, absorb other weapons that essentially just make it better. But that's why I was gonna see, because I don't know, since it's a twofer, if I could absorb that into the weapon and then use the shield and still be a twofer, is what I was gonna ask.
I would probably say that it probably wouldn't be able to work. I mean, you could give it a try, but you're doubtful that it would work.
Okay.
Maggie's gonna pipe up, by the way, and she's gonna be like, I don't think you're gonna be able to hold anything if you still have that box on your finger.
Oh, yeah. And she starts waggling her finger around.
She's like, we probably should figure that out, Neil. Let's go sit on the back of the cart. Come on.
I mean, it'll eventually probably maybe fall off.
She says as her hair crackles in the background.
I know.
Plus, I kind of like this.
The hair is okay, but I could get used to the hair. But this, she's gonna wiggle her finger. That's not going to be helpful later on. So come here. She's gonna like.
Are you kidding me? Look how much more fun it is to poke things, and she'll just like poke whatever's closest to her. I don't know what that's gonna be.
Maggie.
Probably the wall.
Yeah, the wall of the cart just like punk, and it just makes like a punk sound.
Maggie's just gonna take her finger and start trying to figure this out.
And she'll look over at Winters and be like, I think that, if you can use it and you think swords might be kind of cool instead of, your hammer thing, you should try it out, because I don't think it would work for my stuff.
I understand. What about you, Charity? Do you have any interest?
Not particularly.
Okay. I guess I'll take it.
All right. So,
What do I need to roll for this, by the way? Because I'm working with a Cubian.
Well, I think that he had said last time we can't even move the cue ball on my finger.
yeah.
I
I remember the punishment being 24 hours.
Yeah, we know that out of character. I don't think we know that in character. So you can try to fiddle with it for a while if you want.
I mean, you could read.
Yeah, Maggie's gonna try to like turn it. It's probably gonna hurt her finger. Then Maggie would stop.
Ow! 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 Ow!
So it might hurt a little bit as you let go and it reverts back. Arcana will kind of, well, you'll see an inscription of Arcana on the side. Not that it's just appearing.
Okay. Well, then Maggie's gonna be like, okay, fine. We have to wait till it comes off your finger. And she's gonna pout. And then she's gonna go over to Charity and sit beside her, and she's just gonna put her head on Charity's shoulder and rub her back a little bit.
Okay.
Charity will smile a bit when you do that and like wrap her arm around behind your back and relax. Her other hand's still on the missing hole, and she's kind of leaning on her leg.
Roll me a quick perception with advantage.
Which
Maggie.
one of us?
Or not Maggie. Charity.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the Pact of the Blade thing, it does say that it can't be like, I just lost it. Like an artifact or a sentient weapon doesn't work. Like it can't bond to my it wouldn't be able to bond to my Crescent Blade. I'm assuming it would fall under that kind of category.
Yeah.
Sorry, still getting used to Hexblade Warlock.
That's okay. It's kind of interesting to find how it works.
It's pretty cool. I'm excited to get to know it better.
Really excited. Anyway, so we are getting back. Where did we leave off?
I rolled a 15 for perception for I don't know what.
Yes, so you're kind of, sitting there playing with your horn a little bit. And so each tiefling's horn can grow back differently. Yours just completely fell off. You're going to feel like the slight kind of tip to a new form of like a horn almost. It's not going to be fully, like it's not going to be like a huge thing. It's like the tip of a pen, sorry.
She's probably going to start crying now, feeling bad. I'm just like, oh my god, it's growing back. I'm going to look so ugly while it's growing back. Oh my gosh.
I think you're beautiful no matter what.
Maggie's gonna be like, Darcy, you know you're beautiful. I don't know why you're worried.
It took me so long to love my horns.
Maggie's gonna hug her and she's gonna be like, well, I'm really tiny and thin and probably could blow away at the right breeze, but yeah. She's trying to make Charity feel better, but she's being awkward about it.
She's so cute. Charity's gonna just hug her really tightly.
Nia would probably come over and like do her awkward pat while that's happening.
Yay, pat pat. It's okay, pat pat.
Maggie, this fucking laptop, I swear to Christ. Alright, anyways. Maggie's gonna start, she's gonna be like, I can play you a song. She's gonna pull out her viola, which she hasn't done in a while, and she's gonna start playing Charity, a very nice, playful, joyful tune, and I'm gonna give you a burning inspiration which you could use later, right?
With up to 10 minutes.
Fuck, never mind, I'm not gonna give you nothing, I'm just trying to make you happy.
Do me a favor, though. Charity, would your hand go back up to your horn?
Yep.
Do me another perception roll with advantage. Perception of 8.
Either way, with or without advantage, it was an 8.
Yeah. The best thing is, though, is it's not a hard DC. But I had to have you use a perception check to see if you beat the small one. You are going to find that it is bigger this time. Upon feeling that, though, I need you to roll me a history.
History. There it is. 12.
Is this tiefling related? Could I roll history too?
It is not tiefling related.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Well, kind of. It might tie into a little bit of history, so go ahead and give me a history as well.
Yeah.
It might tie in. We'll see.
Nope,
That's
a 7.
It will not tie in for you. So, Charity with a history of 12. This has gotten bigger to the point where you have gotten a half an inch in less than a couple of minutes. With the history of 12, you're going to know that this is a curse. Your horn will not continue to grow until you've spread enough love.
Okay.
So the more that you do her work, the faster it grows back. Versus if you don't and redeem yourself, it never grows.
Charity's gonna raise an eyebrow and just look up at it and be like, okay, this is interesting. Alright, I can do this. And she feels much better. Probably from the combination of, Maggie's trying to make her feel better, and the fact that she realizes that it'll grow back as long as she keeps helping people.
Maggie, can I roll a performance for Maggie, by the way, or no?
Yeah, you can roll a performance. Let's hear.
Hey, I rolled a 17 on that!
Alrighty, that is a pretty good performance. It's a very lovely, jaunty tune. And so, here's what I want to do for you guys. I know a lot of times I just keep saying, and it's been brought up to me, I have the voice. Like, I think that's time and where we're going to end it for today, So I'm going to do this from now on. As you guys are, ending the night, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger by kind of giving a little bit of explanation of what your characters perceive. Until next game. So for you guys are kind of huddled in this cart. We got some light music playing, very jaunty. It's a very calm night, not too cold because it's near the summer. The wind is blowing the grass by, and for once in group one, after everything that's happened, there's a moment of hope. Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master, you all know me. I just want to say thank you for coming to the episode and listening. Thank you for sticking around to the end to listen to most of what everybody has to say. Please remember to follow and subscribe on iTunes, Podbean, and Google Play at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com. Once again, we've got so much more stuff at Patreon. It's amazing. And for this month, April, this coming month, we are making the Discord free for anybody who has followed and subscribed. Just send us an email. We'll get you the link. We want to talk to you. We want to meet you guys. We want to have some fun. And, you know, this is the best way for us to do this. We also want to, thank Kobold Press for the Tome of Beasts that I kind of use. And we also want to thank Purple Planet for all the music that we use for our podcast. With that much said, guys, we've had so much fun over all the episodes so far. And thank you, because we're just gearing up and this is going to be great. So remember, keep your opportunities open.